Hello, this is Gaz545 here, and this is episode 15 of Silly Cyclists. Next week I've got something slightly different lined up, so stick around to the end and I'll explain quickly what I mean. Moving on, straight on to number 10. So ahead of us right now, there are 3 ninja cyclists out doing their training. Unfortunately, they've got reflectors on, so I can't actually see them when my light's shining on them. Maybe next time they should take extra precautions not to do that. Number 9, doing some slight filtering here. It can get quite busy around here, but it's not too bad. There's plenty of space. But the guy in front of me seems to not be able to turn left, and he just goes straight and falls into the van. There was a perfectly sizable gap between his wing mirror and the bus. Number 8. This was on Tube Strike Day. And this guy comes flying past me with his helmet on his handlebars. Probably just there to please the wife, really. She probably doesn't want him to go out without it, and I don't blame her with the style of his riding, jumping through red lights and weaving through cars like this. But seriously, if you're going to have one, put it on your head. Number 7. Lorry up ahead is indicating left, and this woman gives me the fright of the life when she goes up the inside. Oh, I was certainly shouting there. I was not wanting to witness something, but luckily she did pull out and she didn't go up the inside of that left-turning lorry. It wouldn't have been a pretty result. Number 6. There is a filter light on the right-hand traffic light for cyclists to tell them when they can go, and it is basically the same time as cars, as pedestrians are. The sequence from going up and down, left and right is the same. So none of the cyclists should be going now. And this one woman here comes right towards me trying to use my part of the cycle lane when hers is on the right side, which everyone else is using. Anyway, silly people. Number 5. You'll see a guy in a second come past. He's got absolutely zero lights on. He's running like a bit of a maniac. He's wearing all black and he's only lit up by his reflectors. At least the ninjas on ninja training were going quite slowly, so they weren't really in much risk of hurting themselves or anyone else, but this guy is certainly pushing it a little bit. Number 4. I noticed up ahead in front of the BMW people carrier, X5, X4, whatever it is, don't know. There's a right turning car, so I know that there's going to be an issue. This woman comes flying past me and I shout to her, whoa, watch out, watch out. The reason I went through as well, it's because I slowed down just to see what that car was doing, and as I had already seen her, I thought I might just go through. No problem with that in my mind. Number 3. This small coach in front of us starts to indicate left, and there's a left turning just ahead after the traffic lights, but the cyclist in front of me gets out of the saddle, puts some power down as he wants to beat it there. Really not a good idea, and luckily he gets away with it. But that could have come to some serious damage for him. And number 2, this guy there just misjudges the cars pulling away at the lights and just has to slip through that gap. And then a taxi ahead of us does a U-turn and stops in the lane to pick up a passenger or drop one off, I'm not quite sure. And he just pulls out into the path of other vehicles without looking and forces them to stop, so luckily they did. Anyway, I've got a lot of stick this week for this. A lot of people saying put this up here, and as it's the only footage I have where anyone actually came to any harm, mind you, not that much harm, I'm perfectly fine, I'll put it up. I just slipped on a wet leaf and lost traction in my front wheel, which caused me to fall over. And I'm perfectly fine after that. It's something which happens, so watch out for those wet leaves on metal wet grating, as it is not going to end pretty, normally with your face on the ground. Anyway, on to next week. I am not commuting next week, I've got the week off, and in order to keep the Silly Cyclist series running, I propose to open next week's footage to anyone on that videos their commutes and sees a Silly Cyclist. I'll put details in the description on how you can send me the footage, and if you are interested, just send them to me. If you don't know what to do, but you have one, then just send me a message on YouTube or wherever you know me from. Send me a message, Twitter, whatever, and I'll go back to you as quickly as I can on how you can do it. And hopefully we get a good one next week, showing some of the stuff that other people see, not just in London as well, maybe. Anyway, that's it. I hope you enjoyed watching this. This was episode 15 of Silly Cyclists. Goodbye.